So you have all this debt and you're wondering what to do. Can you pay it off? And how soon can you pay it off? Do you know you can pay off your debt in 12 months? Doesn't matter the amount, doesn't matter your circumstances. Okay, the worse your circumstances, the harder it is. The better your circumstances, the better it is. But no matter what, it can be done in 12 months. It might even take longer. But the possibility of paying off your debt in 12 months is there. And if you make the effort to pay off your debt in 12 months, even if you don't, guess what? You're going to still be in a better position. Regardless of your circumstances, regardless of what's happening. So, would you like to know how to pay off your debt in 12 months? Now, this is a guide, because each person's situation is different. And I don't know what you're going to do. I can share with you all I want, but if you don't do it, it's not going to happen. Nevertheless, I'm going to assist you, share some ideas of how you can pay off your debt in 12 months. Number one, you got to be clear on your debt. Know your enemy. List every single debt you owe: credit cards, personal loans, car loans, etc. Include total amount, interest rate, the APR, minimum monthly payment, due dates, who it is you owe, every single detail. Because if you don't know what you owe, how do you know what to pay? If you don't know what it is you're going after, how can you meet that target? Look at this tree. I'm going to walk towards this tree. You know why? Because I can see the tree, I identify the tree, I know where the tree is, I'm walking towards it. But what if I say, okay, let me walk towards a tree? Look how many trees are there. I'll be going around in circles, and this is how many individuals are in financial problems. They don't have a target. And that's because they didn't take time to know exactly what they want and go for it. So you need to know what you want. Here, I have a tree, fall colors, looking good, etc. I don't want the green one. I want the one with this fall colors. I want one that is near. I want one that is across from the fire hydrant, etc. Get detail, get the total, and move towards it. That is how you need to start, so you can have a target that you're going after. You can't defeat what you can't define. Seeing the full picture motivates you and allows you to prioritize. Right? So instead of all the trees, okay, let me pay this one off. And then let me pay that one off. And then let me pay that one off. But many of you are just spinning and then wondering what to do. No, you got to get specific. You got to get the whole total. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's $50,000 or $100,000, you mess up your credit. Put it all together so you know the figures, and then you start to strategize. So number one, get crystal clear on your debt. Get the totals, get the interest, etc. Now from there, you can start to decide the various strategies, the various moves. Are you going to get into debt counseling? Are you going to use the various government options that are out there? The various financial debt options that are out there to get rid of it? Or are there options that you can do on your own to get rid of it? Because some debt can be erased on your own. You don't have to get additional assistance. You can clear that debt on your own. Many times it involves reducing costs, and a lot of other times it involves increasing your income. And the magic bullet, both. So you reduce costs and increase income, but you got to be disciplined. Nevertheless, number one, you got to be clear and get the total. Number two, choose a payoff strategy: snowball or avalanche. So the debt snowball is to pay off the smallest balances first for motivation. So let's say this is a small tree, and you decide, you know what, I'm going to start the snowball approach, where you pay off the smallest balance. This is a small tree. This one right here. This one is much bigger. You can pay this off maybe in 3 months. This might even take 2 years. pay this one off if you're using the small ball method, so that you get motivated and yes, I finished this one, and then start this big one. Or you can do the debt avalanche, where you pay off the highest interest debt first to save more money. So because this one is a credit card debt, the interest is 25%. This one is a student loan debt, the interest is 2%. You say, you know what, let me pay this one off now, because every month this is compounding like crazy. And if inflation goes up in your country, this rate goes up too, because it's a variable interest rate. It's not fixed. So this one is fixed. This one is going up like crazy and affecting your credit score. So guess what? You get rid of this one, especially if this one is larger than this one. Get rid of the big one, the highest interest rate, the bad debt, and then you start paying down the small one. So that's the difference between the snowball and avalanche. The snowball, you pay off the smallest balance first so you can motivate yourself. The avalanche approach is you pay off the highest interest debt first to save more on money. Personally, I like the avalanche. The thing with the avalanche, paying off the highest interest, is that usually if you're taking that approach, it's so much debt you owe. When the interest is high, it is compounding quickly, which means every day, every month, every payment time, it goes up. And if you don't have steady employment, it gets ever worse. But anyway, choose one, start doing it. A structured method keeps you focused and consistent. Now, third thing you can do is create a 12-month debt payoff plan. Yeah. You see, you can't pay it off in 12 months if you don't have a 12-month plan. So go ahead, create a plan to pay it off in 12 months. Take your total amount and divide it by 12. That's your monthly payoff target. This makes your goal measurable and time-bound. For example, if you owe $12,000, aim to pay $1,000 a month. Build this target into your budget like it's a non-negotiable bill. So after you create this plan is non-negotiable. What that means is that the same way you pay the light bill on the internet is the same way you're going to pay it every month. It is compulsory. And that is how you're going to start paying it down, and before you know it, it's all gone. Another way you can pay off your debt in 12 months is to ruthlessly audit your spending. Track every dollar for at least 30 days. Look for subscriptions you don't use, dining out and coffee habits, impulse purchases, entertainment and delivery apps. Most people find they can save $300 to $800 a month just by plugging leaks. So go ahead, look at the things you're wasting money on. Maybe you have that friend you keep giving $100 to, and then when you total it, you realize, oh my gosh, $3,000? Yeah, $3,000 you have been giving away, and you're not a billionaire yet. In fact, I don't know billionaires don't even give away money just like that. In fact, most billionaires I know are mean. So if they're billionaires and they're mean, why is it that you who is struggling financially are acting like Santa Claus, giving away? And even Santa Claus doesn't give away, because Santa Claus only gives to those who are nice, not the naughty ones. So even Santa Claus has restrictions and requirements. So go ahead, find that leak, plug it, start making improvements in your financial situation. Another way you can pay off your debt in 12 months is to cut non-essentials temporarily. Just 12 months. Identify expenses to cut only for the next year. Examples: streaming subscription, gym memberships, vacations, designer coffee. You gotta get strict, man. You want to get it done in 12 months, there are things you can cut. Now, if you're in a situation like what I was in, where you're already at the bare minimum, and the problem wasn't your expenses, The problem was your income. Then you need to increase your income. You need to increase your income. If you're already at the bare minimum, you're at the bare minimum. You know. A lot of people like to say, oh, cut your expense. If you're already at the bare minimum, then you're at the bare minimum. Increase your income. In fact, most debt can be resolved if your income is more than your expense. Once your income is more than your expense, you cannot be in debt. Unless you're not paying off things you owe. So go ahead, look at your expenses, cut back on certain things if you have to, so you can speed up your payments and get things done within 12 months. Temporary sacrifice leads to permanent freedom. You're not saying never, you're saying not now. So don't think you're gonna miss out on everything. If you don't go on vacation this year, that's not a problem. That country is not gonna disappear next year. Now, of course, we know there are some countries that if the sea level rises a bit more, they're gonna be underwater. But even then, it's gonna take a while. So don't worry, it's not gonna disappear just like that. Okay? Another way you can improve your finances and get rid of debt in 12 months is to lower your fixed expenses. Right? Say if you can lower your insurance, your cell phone plan, your internet, your rent, etc. Even $50 a month in saving adds up to $600 a year. Money you can redirect. Now, one of the things people do, that one of the mistakes people make is thinking that because they're only saving $50, oh, it's only $50. Really? Really? So because you owe $50,000 and you're only saving $50, oh, it's just $50. Really? Okay, put that on your interest-bearing debt and you see the difference. Even if it's just $50, keep putting it on it and you will see the difference. I know, I was in it. So go ahead, make the changes. It doesn't matter how small the saving is. Make the change, start getting that debt down in 12 months. Use found money strategically. You ever sit in the couch and you find money? You ever forget about that bank account that is not gaining any interest or much interest, but you keep putting money in there? Or that government plan you're saving in, and you realize that the interest on that government plan is lower than the inflation rate, which means you're losing and not winning. So it makes sense you pay off your high interest debt instead of having it in that low bearing interest instrument that is dying because the interest rate, the inflation rate, the cost of living is way more than the interest they're giving. The banks are giving you 0.0 something percent, 0.01%, and inflation, the government interest rate is 2%. You're dying. You're saving, your purchasing power is dying. You use that money and pay off or pay down your debt. That's a better investment. Of course, I'm no financial expert. Make sure you get expert advice. Talk with your financial planner. But these are strategies you can use. Now, like I said, this is a guide. This is just suggestions I'm giving to you to get to where you want to get to. And it is possible. It doesn't matter your situation, doesn't matter the amount, to get rid of your debt in 12 months. Now, I did not do it in 12 months, but I know of people who did it in 12 months, so I know it's possible. I know it's possible. Budget weekly, not monthly. That's another strategy you can use. Break your budget into weekly spending limits, especially for food, gas, and personal expenses. It's easier to stay on track when you check in weekly. Monthly budgets often lead to overspending early and scarcity. So the more you're checking in, the more you're tracking, the easier it is and the better for you to stay on the program. Be disciplined, be focused, and get the job done. So go ahead, increase your tracking, your budgeting, etc., and get the job done. Another way to get rid of your debt in 12 months is to automate your debt payments. Set up automatic payments, minimums, to avoid late fees and extra payments to your current target debt. So if you know every month you gotta pay at least $100, and if you don't, you're gonna incur interest. Pay that $100. Do not sacrifice it. Do not say, oh, you're gonna pay it the next month, because now it's not $100. It's gonna be $100 and maybe $10 because interest is on it. So if there's a minimum, pay at least the minimum. Of course, the smart thing to do is to pay a bit more than the minimum. So let's say on your credit card debt you have $100 to pay this month. Try and pay $110. Yes, it's only $10 and you owe maybe $20,000 on your credit card, but guess what? The extra 10 is bringing it down. And even if it doesn't get done in 12 months, in 3 years, in 4 years, in 5 years, doesn't matter how long it takes, you're gonna get it done anyway. But because you're aiming for 12 months, what that does, make you disciplined, and you are going to see results, because 12 months is no easy feat. No matter what your situation, it is not an easy feat, and not many people are able to do it. So even if you aim for it and it doesn't work out the way you want to, you're still going to be better off if you're disciplined and if you carry out the suggestions that I am giving you, as well as what the financial expert will share for you. And of course, stay motivated with visual progress. So what is visual progress? Simple. Every month you realize that your payments are getting less and less. Every month you realize that the balance you owe is getting less and less. That's visual motivation. That is visual motivation. And even if the amount doesn't look like it's changing for whatever reason, if you are doing your part, you are consistently carrying out what you said you were going to do, that is encouraging, because when you look and realize, my gosh, for the last 10 months I made consistent payments and I'm sticking my budget, guess what? Even if you don't see the results you're looking for, then the results are happening within you, and the person you are becoming is more important than the results. Because when you become that person, you become unstoppable. So go ahead, pay off that debt in 12 months or less. And even if it doesn't work, you're still gonna be better off than you were now. I'm Leroy A. Brown from LeroyABrown.ca. Enjoy the rest of your day.